What is going on, my beautiful internet family? I'm Fero. I'm hoping you guys are having a fantastic day. You guys already know the catchphrase. If you're not having a great day, kick that day in the butt. You're in charge of your life. Your life's not in charge of you. You guys already know that. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. There was a lot of stuff that happened over the weekend, but I sifted through a lot of it just to kind of pick some things that I thought would be cool to share with you guys, stuff that I actually enjoyed reading. So how about Fero stops yapping his mouth and we can just get right into it. First up on today's video, we're going to be talking about Uber. Now, everybody knows who Uber is. Everybody knows that you can just get on your phone, tell them what you need, and within minutes, you will have a vehicle at your door. A stranger in a car will come and pick you up. Didn't we grow up as kids being told you don't get into cars with strangers and you don't meet people that you met off the internet? But nowadays, we're using the internet to get into strangers' cars with strangers. Anyways, the company Uber that is valued at over $69 billion. Yes, I said $billion. Well, it came out over the weekend. In the first half of 2016, they have lost over $1 billion in revenue. That's a lot of money to just kind of dwindle out of your hands. The actual amount of lost revenue is actually $1.27 billion because in the first quarter, they lost $520 million, and in the second quarter, they lost another $750 million. Now, this stacks on to the $2 billion in revenue that they lost in 2015. So a lot of people are wondering, is this company starting to dwindle? Even though this is a company valued at over $69 billion, is this company kind of falling apart? Is there a downslope to this? Now, when Uber came onto the scene, it was, oh my gosh, this is completely better than paying taxi fares. A lot of people was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be crazy cool. This is going to be revolutionary. Well, now it seems like that climb to the top has plateaued and might be coming back down. Now, Uber stock trade is still private. It's not open to the public for investors, and it is rumored that a lot of the big investors that invested into Uber that are still in the private sector might be pulling their investments out. Also, a worry of Uber would probably be when they come public. There will be very few that want to actually invest in the company because of these massive downslides, these massive losses that they're showing and reporting. I think Uber is really cool. There's been a lot of people who you could always hear them in other YouTube videos, a lot of vloggers, a lot of other big people that always talk about, oh, I'm waiting on my Uber or Uber this, and that they always take them everywhere just because of how easy it is. All that's left for us to do now is just to sit back and watch and see what happens with that company in the next couple months. Moving on from the decline of Uber, we're going to step into the oldest man believed living. This man is from Indonesia, and he claims to be 145 years old. He was born on December 31st, 1870. What really drew me to this article was actually the title of the article, which it states, longest living human is ready for death at 145. And I was just like, oh my gosh, really? I started reading this article and I was like, oh my goodness, this guy looks old. Like, look at this guy. He looks so old. He's so raggedy. Whatever his secret is, I want to know. His identification card states that he was born December 31st, 1870. Well, the government has done record backing. They have stepped back through all the record keeping over the years and have confirmed that that truly is his birthday. That truly is how old he is. He's 145 years old. Now, he's not going to be placed in the record books until an independent researcher can step in and actually confirm that he truly is 145 years old. You don't want to put him as the record holder until multiple sources can confirm the validity of the story. Most days he spends just listening to the radio because his eyesight has become too poor to watch television. Part of him just being okay with wanting to die, he states that it's just patience at this point, becoming more frail over the last couple years. But in 1992, he bought his burial plot. He was 122 at that point when he bought his burial plot and had that all ready, and that was 24 years ago. He has outlived all 10 of his siblings, his 4 wives, and even his own children. The only living relatives that he has left are some grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. That's all he's got left. If I was 145 years old, I'd probably want to kick the bucket too. But this is incredible. Whether he truly is 145 or he's just really close, the man looks like he's lived through a lot and seen a lot, and I simply think this is incredible. This is really cool. And I'm hoping that when he does pass, he does go in peace and he's, at rest. Simply for the fact that I would hate for a man who's lived that long and has seen so much as he probably has go out in pain. You never want to wish pain and suffering upon another human being. Moving on from that, everybody's heard of being switched at birth. There's been TV shows and movies about people being switched at birth and, at the same hospital or something, the babies get mixed mixed up or whatever. But what if you found out that you were switched at birth with your best friend? Well, that was the case for David Tate and Leon Swanson of Manitoba, Canada. In 1975, in the western Canadian province of Manitoba, at a hospital called Norway House Hospital, the two men, who are now in their 40s, were born on the same day. Well, they were switched and actually ended up becoming best friends. They spent their entire life with people telling them, you kind of look like your best friend's parents. You know, you guys look like you were switched at birth. Ha ha ha. Well, they finally took it upon themselves to actually get a DNA test done. And it came back to find out that David Tate should actually be David Swanson and Leon Swanson should actually be Leon Tate. Now, they're calling for an actual criminal investigation to be put on this because they were not the first children to be switched at birth. There was actually multiple other cases from that same hospital. So now it's not being viewed as, oh, this was just a mistake. Now this is being viewed of what was actually going on. Was there some form of cruel experiment some doctor or nurse was trying to have? That's kind of crazy. I think it's kind of crazy the fact that they actually became best friends. It wasn't like, oh, you were switched at birth and now one of you is living in one side of the country and the other one's living on the other side or even on another continent. These guys are actually best friends and have been best friends for life. Moving away from that, everybody's seen the movie Back to the Future, right? The trilogy 1, 2, and 3 are actually some of my favorite movies. I love Back to the Future. I thought it was some of the coolest things watching when I was a kid, and to this day I own the DVD box set. I thought it was behind me. I was gonna grab it and be like, oh guys, look at this, but it's probably downstairs. So in today's really cool little segment I want to have for you guys, I actually came across a picture of the memo from Sid Sheinberg. Wrote a letter on October 17th, 1984 back to Spielberg concerning Back to the Future. He wanted to change the name to, and I just get a kick out of this, Spaceman from Pluto. I really feel like this entire picture, this actual memo, was kind of a joke back and forth because who would want to watch a movie called Spaceman from Pluto? He does state to Spielberg, although I believe that the present draft is terrific and I marvel at the improvements that have been made from the Columbia version, I continue to believe that the title leaves much to be desired. There are a number of reasons why I found the title less than wonderful, but my primary concern is that it appears to make the picture a genre picture. I think the script and hopefully the film deserves a better title. It goes on to state that he thinks that Marty should be referred to a spaceman from Pluto, and other characteristics shifted around to give hint to Marty being more of a spaceman from Pluto, not somebody from the future. As always, guys, the links to everything are down in the description below. I greatly encourage you guys to go check them out for yourself and definitely stay in tune with the news. You guys need to know what's going on. It's really good. Thank you guys for watching my stuff, by the way. I greatly appreciate it. I really do. Moving on to the last story of the day, which is going to kind of be the big one. It was a lot of huff and puff over this. I saw it on multiple outlets. I saw it on local TV. I saw it on big media, online. Every country, whether you're from the United States or another country, whenever your national anthem is played, it's a big sign of respect, at least here in the United States, to stand in honor of the national anthem. Here in the United States, we have a game called football. Now, over in the UK and European countries, they call soccer football. Anybody from the UK who watches this right now is going to get mad at me for calling it soccer. I'm just trying to make a comparison. That's all I'm doing. We have a team out of San Francisco, California called the 49ers. One of those teammates refused to stand during the national anthem and has been for 3 preseason games. Colin Kaepernick plays for the 49ers. A lot of controversy started over this after this photo was shown because he refuses to stand up off the bench during the national anthem. When he was asked about it, he quoted this: "I am not going to stand to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color." He goes on to also state, "To me, this is bigger than football, and it would be selfish on my part to look the other way. There are bodies in the street and people getting paid leave and getting away with murder." A lot of this controversy he sparked over the fact of the injustice to colored people by police and the fact that government's doing nothing about it. This right here really kind of irks me because yes, there are crooked cops out there, and yes, there are very crooked people, but if you really want to get into the statistics, it paints a whole different picture. And now I'm not going to get into that. That's not what the point of this video is. The point that I'm trying to get across is I understand that he's wanting to use where he's at as a celebrity and as somebody who is a focal point of media, come out and speak against police brutality and what's going on. He wants to speak out against injustice. I completely understand that, and I think that's awesome when taken the right way. We don't have cops going around killing people just for the heck of it. We have a lot of criminals doing that, and statistically, there's more colored people killing other colored people. Just saying. Now, I don't want to get too edgy in here, and I don't want to get too controversial, so I'm actually going to take a step back from this. But this sparked a ton of controversy in the news, and a lot of people are saying, well, we stand for him because he's trying to stand up against oppression and against injustice, and I totally understand that. There's also people going, that's complete disrespect to your country, complete disrespect to the game, and to everybody that loves the game. Here in the United States, especially the Midwest, we love our football. The NFL did come out with a statement, and they did say that they encourage their players to participate in standing for the national anthem, but at the same time, they don't require it. Like I said, a lot of people were not happy with it, and a video went viral of some fans burning his jersey. And that just kind of goes to show that when you are in a place of attention, when you are in a place of influence, everything you do is going to have a positive or negative outcome. Guys, that's all we have to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. I greatly appreciate it. And if you didn't like this video, it's okay to leave a dislike too. I still love you guys no matter what. As always, guys, I love each and every one of you. Be the change in this world that you want to see. Only you can change it. And as always, guys, I'm Fero. I'm hoping you guys are having a fantastic day. Be safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!